Welcome. Today we're undertaking a deep dive into a figure who is, well, arguably one of the most unifying, yet at the same time, most debated personalities in all of Islamic history. We're talking about MAULA Ali, Ali ibn Abi Talib. He's revered across the entire Muslim world, absolutely. But how his exact role and ultimate status are understood, that really reveals the profound theological and historical distinctions between Shia and Sunni Islam. So our mission today is to trip and navigate these complex layers.
Right.
We'll explore his undisputed foundational role, in early Islamic leadership, his universally acknowledged virtues. But the real deep dive here, I think, is into the divergent ways his spiritual and political status are interpreted within these two huge traditions.
Oh, I agree.
And as you'll see, this profoundly shapes not just theology, but entire communal identities.
Precisely. And, understanding these distinct perspectives isn't just about collecting historical facts, though that's part of it. It's fundamental, really, to grasping the immense scope of global history and religious thought. It really showcases how different viewpoints on a single, incredibly beloved figure can become the very bedrock upon which centuries of identity and, well, spiritual journeys are built.
Okay, so let's begin with what's universally embraced. Mawla Ali is absolutely central, revered across Islam. The Prophet Muhammad's own son-in-law, his cousin, married to his daughter Fatima.
Yes.
Could you maybe set the stage for us on that? Highlight his undisputed importance in early Islamic leadership and those virtues everyone seems to acknowledge.
Absolutely. His historical presence and moral stature are, well, they're undeniable. Across both Sunni and Shia traditions, he's recognized for his exceptionally close relationship with the Prophet and also his immense bravery, in the early battles of Islam, his profound piety, his renowned wisdom. These qualities make him a figure of just deep admiration and respect for all Muslims.
A paragon of virtue.
A true paragon of Islamic virtues, yes.
And while those virtues are, universally celebrated, the real point of departure, where Sunni and Shia understanding of Ali really begins to diverge, it seems to start with that fundamental question of how his leadership was established. Was it by divine decree, or was it through communal choice, through election?
Okay, yeah. From the Sunni perspective, Mawla Ali was the fourth of the rightly guided caliphs. His leadership was confirmed through shura, that means communal consultation, or you could say political election. This was after the first three caliphs, Abu Bakr, Umar, and Uthman. So for Sunnis, his leadership was legitimate precisely because it stemmed from the consensus, the choice of the Muslim community at that time.
Okay, so community choice.
Right. But the Shia perspective holds a fundamentally different view. They believe Mawla Ali was divinely appointed by God through the Prophet himself, as the immediate spiritual and political successor of the first Imam.
Ah, Imam.
Yes, the first Imam. For Shias, this authority stemmed directly from Nas. That's a clear divine designation. It wasn't about human choice or election.
Wow. It's incredible, isn't it? How that single point of divergence, right there at the very beginning, basically, of Islamic history after the Prophet, how it just profoundly influences all subsequent interpretations and how he's revered.
It really does set the stage for everything else.
So let's think about his relationship with the Prophet Muhammad then. How is this pivotal connection emphasized, maybe interpreted differently, in each school of thought?
Well, in Sunni Islam, the emphasis on Mawla Ali's relationship with the Prophet is it's multifaceted and deeply cherished. He was, of course, the Prophet's cousin.
Right, family.
And his son-in-law marrying Fatima, the Prophet's beloved daughter. But beyond these really important familial ties, he was esteemed as a close companion, a Sahabi, and a prominent scholar, incredibly knowledgeable, and a brave warrior who played a significant role in those crucial early Islamic battles. His virtues are consistently held up as exemplary, embodying the ideal Muslim.
Okay, so highly regarded, companion, scholar, warrior, family.
Exactly. Now, for Shia Muslims, this relationship is seen as utterly unique.
Yeah.
It's integral to his designated succession. He's viewed not just as a relative, however close. He's seen as the spiritual inheritor of prophetic knowledge, the one divinely chosen to guide the Muslim community after the Prophet's passing.
So a direct spiritual heir.
Precisely. This profound and unique spiritual connection is often cited as the very proof of his designated spiritual and political authority. It's fundamental to the Shia understanding.
Okay, this definitely brings us to the event of Ghadir Khumm. It sounds like this serves as a kind of crucible, maybe, for these differing interpretations. For our listeners, how does the significance of Ghadir Khumm play into these narratives? What actually happened there?
Right. The event itself is recorded in numerous historical sources, both Sunni and Shia, actually. It occurred during the Prophet's farewell pilgrimage, a very significant time. He gathered a large congregation of Muslims at a place called Ghadir Khumm. And there he made a very significant declaration. He stated, "Whosever I am, his MAULA, Ali is his MAULA."
Whosever I am, his Mawla, Ali is his Maula. Okay, so what does Maula mean here? That seems key.
Exactly. That's where the interpretations diverge. For Sunnis, this statement is primarily understood as an expression of the Prophet's deep love, friendship, or a general endorsement of Ali's virtue and high standing. The Arabic word Maula has multiple meanings. It can mean friend, beloved, helper, protector. Sunnis tend to emphasize these interpretations.
So like a strong recommendation or statement of affection.
Yes, viewing the declaration as a testament to Ali's moral character and importance, but crucially, not as a designation of political succession.
Okay, and the Shia interpretation.
Conversely, the Shia interpretation views this statement as a clear, explicit designation by the Prophet of Maula Ali as his successor, both politically and spiritually. For Shias, Maula in this specific context signifies master or leader, establishing Maula Ali as the divinely appointed first Imam whose authority was meant to continue the Prophet's guidance.
Master or leader, that's a very different meaning.
A very different weight, yes. And the historical context, the events immediately before and after this declaration at Ghadir Khumm often inform their interpretation, reinforcing this view for them.
It's truly remarkable. One singular event, even with an agreed-upon statement, can branch into such fundamentally different theological and historical paths.
It really highlights the power of interpretation in shaping religious tradition.
So if we pull back a bit now, what does this all mean for how these historical and theological narratives shape the reverence for Maula Ali today, Sunni versus Shia?
Well, Sunni reverence for Maula Ali is deeply rooted in his role as the fourth caliph, right? A leader chosen by the community. They admire his piety, his unwavering justice. He's famed for that. His profound knowledge. He's often referred to with the saying attributed to the Prophet, "I am the city of knowledge, and Ali is its gate."
Ah, yes, I've heard that.
And his esteemed status as a close companion. So Sunnis see him as an ideal leader, certainly, and a paragon of Islamic virtues. He's a major historical figure whose example continues to inspire.
Okay, admired caliph, paragon of virtue.
Right. Now, Shia reverence, on the other hand, it centers on his divine appointment, on his recognized infallibility, isma, and his unique status as the first imam in a continuous line of divinely guided leaders. For Shias, Maula Ali embodies spiritual perfection. He holds a unique, almost sacred position as the true, divinely ordained successor to the Prophet's authority.
So much more than just a historical leader.
Oh, absolutely. It's a fundamentally spiritual role as well as political. And what's truly insightful here, I think, is how profoundly these differing foundational narratives create distinct spiritual and communal identities, all centered around the same beloved figure. They're not just, slightly different interpretations. They're fundamentally different lenses through which entire faith experience is shaped and lived.
And that really is the power of this kind of deep dive, isn't it? Understanding these deeply embedded differences helps you, the listener, appreciate the incredible richness and, frankly, the diversity within Islamic thought. And you can see the powerful historical currents that have shaped it over centuries. It's fascinating. So, as we start to wrap up our deep dive today, Maula Ali undeniably stands as a figure of just immense and enduring importance across the entire Muslim world. No question there.
Not at all.
But the profound distinctions in how his role is understood, whether as that divinely appointed spiritual and political leader, the first imam, or as a politically elected, deeply revered caliph, these distinctions form the very bedrock, really, of the most significant theological differences between Sunni and Shia Islam.
Absolutely. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, grasping these nuances isn't just about appreciating historical facts or theological points. It's about recognizing how deeply faith, leadership, and legacy are interpreted, how they're revered across different communities.
Yeah.
It really shows us how history intertwines with belief, creating these dynamic and diverse expressions of faith.
Yeah, it's powerful stuff. And that leaves us and you with maybe a final provocative thought to ponder. What does it truly mean for a single historical figure to hold such immense yet such varied significance, to be simultaneously revered by millions, hundreds of millions, yet understood through such fundamentally different lenses? And maybe how does that dynamic influence how we understand other major historical figures and their legacies, perhaps across any culture or any belief system?
That's a great question to leave folks with.
Something to think about until our next deep dive.